Okay.
That was excellent. How many ouds do you have? Do you own personally?
My own personally, maybe 5, 6, something like this. But you know, I have many ouds, but one or two is more close to you all the time.
Are they different in nationality? Do you have Iraqi oud?
Basically, I tried, but I don't. I have one Iranian oud, but I don't have Iraqi oud. I have one Iran. As you know, that the system, the tuning system, makes something like this. We have more tension than Arabic ouds in our strings. So when I want to play, I push the string. I want to bring out louder, big sound.
This one.
So yeah, so I need the tension.
Yeah.
But Arabic tuning, I need another style to play. So in my profession, I really got used to play like this. So that's why I tried. I played. Sometimes we tune our instruments like Arabic, one tone lower. Because some of the makams, technically, they are not easy to play. Let's say if you want to transpose Uşak really makes problem for us. Uşak and makam Segah, makam Hüzzam. When you want to play, remember, in Spürde tuning, which is one full tone down,
sure.
It's really difficult. Let's say this is makam. This is makam Segah. It means that my tonic note, bass note, 1 comma lower. When I want to play exactly the other tuning, which is called Spürde, it means that I have to find the tonic somewhere here, because basically I cannot play, because this is 1 comma, it has 1 comma, C, and it means that when I want to play one tone down, La needs to be 1 comma.
Okay, I will ask you a very difficult question. How about if you play Hüzzam from,
yes.
Let's say from Do Diaz, which is Rust Diaz.
Basically, you know, Huzam also has a Hijaz flavor on the third note, but the distance, basically, if I want to play regular Hijaz with my first and fourth finger, now the distance is smaller in Makam Huzam, so I use my first and third finger to play. And all the time, Huzam in our Turkish music, the interval, especially Hijaz interval, quite different than the Arabic. So if I want to play like in Skurde tuning, my tonic is here now. Okay, and if you want to play you see, I know the makam and I can transpose wherever I want.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is Ouds. No. That's Ouds. That's Ouds. Makam Ouds.
Makam evet. Okay, we say evet. Especially segah flavor, when you play segah flavor in different places. Yes, one of them is evet. Irak, evet. Bestenigar. There are many makams with segah flavors. So, as an instrument player in Turkey, you have to know all these transpositions. We keep the same note, same tuning, same score as a paper, and we transpose the notes in our mind. This is something different.
Sure.
I have many from the different countries. When we make this kind of transposition in our mind, they are crazy. Oh, how is this possible? You should write the notes down. And then, yeah.
I remember that it's very difficult to translate also the language that you play with, which is trills, more connected, linked notes together. The trill also is very, very special in Turkish language, in music.
Yes, we call in Turkish all the time. I tell this Turkish name, which is called çarpma. Okay, çarpma in Turkish name. Yeah, this is. Let's say I have a small something like this. How I will decorate this? Because in our notation scores, it's really very simple. When you look at our compositions, or when you analyze a piece on the paper as a sheet, it looks very simple. But when you want to play, any musicians decorate something differently. Okay, depends his technique, depends his feeling. Also, feeling is very important. Because we are trying to find maybe the secrets behind the notes. Because when I play like this, I have to think about this. What is this? Okay, one note, but and think about this. Okay, our instrument has long notes, gives the idea. When we play all the time, there's no time to think. So it's sometimes good what our instrument says, what's the idea, what's the idea of the music, what's the secrets behind the music. So this is important, and Oud has these advantages, give us really nice inspirations.
Yurdal, between these Oud that you have right now, what are the difference in sound that you make you wants to have different Oud?
Between these,
Yes.
I could not hear.
Yes,
Ah,
between these two.
These instruments, maybe they are almost same ages, like more than 20 years, these two. And, when we were student in the conservatories, we are trying to listen the old usta, old hocalar, old masters. And we are trying to get the music sound, copy what they are playing. It's very important to copy the masters. And also, the old records, the sounds so lovely. Now, today's the recording technology is unbelievable, but still, the old records make something really nice for us. And this oud has this sound, like old oud sounds. And this oud more long, more, especially when I want to go to a concert, solo concert, I take this oud mostly.
Can we hear this oud, please? Please play.
Basically, we are tuning our instruments one tone higher than Arabic ouds. This is maybe it's good to tell, because they ask me what's the difference between Arabic ouds and Turkish ouds. This is one of the big maybe difference between Arabic and Turkish. We tune one tone higher.
Okay, so the first string down is B flat.
Now the first nylon strings in piano key Re. Re. And each strings we have tetrachords. Re, la, mi, si, fa diez, do diez. Okay. And sometimes we tune the bass string, bump string, depends the piece. Okay. In our tradition, like in Arabic tuning, they tuned the bass and the next string. Let's say I tune my oud now. This is Re, Re, and sometimes we tune La, but now my oud's not like this. Depends the piece. We tune our instrument, depends the pitch, but basically we know that we tune our instruments, each set has tetrachords, 4 notes. Okay, Re, La, Mi, Si, Fa diez, Do diez. We have different tuning systems in our music. Because also in our score, if you don't know the system, maybe you will have some problems to read and to play the score, because when we compare, we have different tuning systems, which is called now generally we have bolaheng system. Bolaheng. It means that when I want to play Hijaz, let's say, this is the system that bolaheng. When we compare my la key, now this is la, piano la, in our bolaheng system, it means re. Okay.
In Arabic music, a lot they changed in the name of the maqam different than so the same intervals, but when you change the transpose it to different degree or do to re, then the maqam changed completely, the name itself. Is that the same in Turkish?
Yeah, exactly. We have the same. Let's say if you would like to play Hijaz, this is Hijaz, but if you want to play one tone, basically you can say that this is Makam Hijazkar.
Correct.
If you want to play Makam Evcara, Makam Suzidil, Makam Shed Araban.
Shed Araban.
What I wanted to show you, these are only the scales, just a small part of scales. We have also important seyir. Seyir means like movements. Some of the makams ascending or some of them descending makams.
Oh.
Let's say Hijaz, let's say, starts like this, but one of them, let's say makam muhayyar, starts directly from the higher notes, and this is a descending makam. So this is quite complicated. We have what I wanted to say. Of course, when we transpose a scale to another tone, we can basically think that there's another makam. But also, we can transpose the same makam with the same intervals.
You know,
okay.
In my opinion, in personal opinion, this is not an Arabic opinion or Egyptian opinion. The idea of changing the name of the maqam when it comes to another note, I think it's so much difficult, because let's say John is a person, he has same intervals, he has the same look, but he moved from the third floor to the fifth floor. Then he's still John, because this is his face and this is how the measurement for it.
When you transpose only the scale, maybe you can think like this. But when we want to build up a scale in another tone, it means that this is totally different than the previous makam. Let's say, I would like to maybe say, it's a really huge theme. This is just I wanted to say in the beginning,
Sure.
Transposition is very important as an instrument player.
Sure.
Oud, kanon, whatever you play. I wanted to, as an example, I wanted to show you Hijaz makam. And especially, I was telling you the system, different tuning system, because this is another maybe problem.
Yes.
The makams are on the other side, and I will check the intervals by our ear, because we don't have any press in our instrument.
Yes.
And another singer can come, and the tuning now, which is called sipürde. In the beginning, we had bolaheng tuning system. Now, if someone comes, or when we sit together with the other players, and if we tell that, okay, the guys, now today we are playing on sipürde tuning, I will automatically think that, okay, now I should transpose all the pieces. Okay, one tone down. And we have another name longer than this.
Tuning, Yurdal, do you change also the tuning of the oud, or you just transpose by playing?
Let's say there's only one piece to play on sipürde, and the next piece bolahenk.
Right.
So in the band, it's good to keep instrument which is our bass tuning, which is called bolahenk. Okay.
Correct.
So that's why we have to transpose. And another singer comes, or we decided to play in another tone, which is half tone lower than sipürde. Now the name is this tuning is müstahzen.
Oh.
When I want to play Hijaz here, which is called Dugah, also we have very special perde names.
Dugah, Jarga, all the names.
Exactly. If I want to play Hijaz on Dugah, okay, this is bolahenk. On Rast, this is sipürde. On fa diyez, on Irak, this is we call müstahzen. If you want to play, this is yıldız, another tuning. If I play exactly the upper string, this is quite easy.
That
same.
Is so complex. In American music here, for example, as you know, it's like the Western music has also made themselves all in two maqams, major and minor. But
major,
when they change the minor to, let's say, for example, it's a C minor, they are changing it just to change the name of the key, which is C, and then the maqam itself, which is represents the intervals, to C minor to, let's say, D minor. Then it's easier. So what you are saying here is, in Turkish music, when you transpose, for example, Nahawand Do to Nahawand Fa, then it's Juharga, basically.
But you know what is strange? We all the time keep the same score, same sheet. Okay, we don't write the music down again. We transpose any music in our mind. Okay, we keep all the time same score, music sheet, but we transpose and the notes and positions in our mind automatically.
Yurdal, I think this system only exists in Turkish.
Yeah, this is the little bit mystic, So in the beginning, it's really quite difficult, but when you understand the idea, of course, this is just a small part of our theory, our system. The maqams, because in our tradition, maybe more than 400 maqams, some people says. Some people says because we don't have repertoire is important. If we don't have a piece with this maqam, we are not sure that these maqams exist or not. But in our classical repertoire, we have really too many maqams. Let's say I would like to tell something on Hijaz. When we talk about Hijaz has a family with different four maqams.
As the second tetrachord or as the first tetrachord?
We have tetrachord. To build up a scale, we need tetrachord and pentachords.
Sure.
Let's say if we have, this is Hijaz tetrachord. And then this is Rast pentachord.
Correct.
Rast.
Sure.
Now I can build up only the scale. This is very important. Now we are just build up the scales of the maqams. This is which is called maqam Hijaz. If we have Hijaz tetrachord, this is boosted like minor, exactly. Yes. This is Hijaz Humayun.
Humayun, yeah.
Humayun. Another one. Now we have Hijaz pentachord.
My grandfather used to taught me the Oud at the same names, by the way. Humayun and all the sounds.
Yeah. Now we have Hijaz, La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Hijaz pentachord.
Sure.
Now we have Uşak. Uşak tetrachord.
Sure.
Now this is makam uzdal.
Okay. For sure, yes.
In the beginning we had Hijaz, second Hijaz Şimayun.
Sure.
Now Hijaz uzdal. And another one, Hijaz tetrachord. Pentachord. And then Hijaz tetrachord. This is makam zirgüle, Hijaz zirgüle.
Yes.
Yes, when we are talking about Hijaz,
sure.
we have to know there is a family.
For sure.
This family belongs to four different makam.
This is Yurdal. This is also in the for example, other maqams. For example, bayat. You have the bayati. If you change the bayat, the second pentachord to nahwan, it's bayat, right? The second pentachord to
any maqam connected, basically, yes.
Then it's exactly. Shuri, right? And Husseini, and then
Husseini, and there are many different maqams belongs to the same family. We can say.
We agree on that for sure, because that is changing the whole entire maqam. Because also the tetrachord, the intervals, it changed between the whole maqam, which is it changes the personality of the maqam. That's very, very agreeable for sure.
Maybe to share, this is also really interesting. The intervals between the notes, the quarter notes. As you know that in Western music, between two full notes, there is exactly in the middle the temporary system.
We call it between the cracks here in America, between the white and black.
Yeah, exactly. In the middle, one note. Now in our system, we have 9 small, we divide 9 parts, and we call one of them is comma. Comma. It means that between two full notes, let's say do and re, we have 9 small sounds, 9 sounds. Okay. So it depends the music. When you are, if you have music going up, the notes are different, and down different. When we see, let's say, segah, let me have one peek. Where is my peek?
There is one in the Oud behind, if you want.
There, yeah, you see. And all the time, if we have music, up to down, ascending music, we have to, we need a gentle slides. Okay, connect the notes each other. We don't have like a tick, 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 tick.
Staccato type of thing. It's more
copying the singer.
Sure.
Ta, when you do this something, when you sing some ta, it means that you are singing any notes.
Sure, yes.
So we have abilities to play because we don't have frets. We don't have certain places to play. So when I do this, I copy it. Okay.
Okay. How about that, Yurdal? Let's hear you play, and we'll come back to continue our conversation. Let's hear Yurdal Tojan playing Magnolia.
For you, Manolia.
That is the best flower and the fragrance of your music, Yurdal. Truly. Two more questions for you. The Oud instrument itself, when you buy it at first, it delivered to you and everything. Do you wait for it until it takes characters and the sound more richer? And how long it takes for you to feel good for one of your 5 ouds and 10 ouds before and all?
Generally, people say even if you have the first quality oud, prima oud,
Oh.
If you don't play, especially the first 1 year, if you don't play this instrument in a good performance, good way, after 1 year it will be a furniture. Okay.
It makes sense.
Not for any instruments.
Do you play personally Yurdal Arabic music on a Turkish oud, or do you prefer to play Arabic music on Arabic oud?
Yeah, sure. We should play Turkish oud, Turkish music on Turkish and Arabic on Arabic. As I told you, the style is different. When you look at the instrument in the beginning, you can say, okay, this is oud, this is oud, but the music, the sense of the music different in Arabic, huge music, in Turkish, huge music, and they have different styles, different sense, different inspirations, many things.
Yes.
So to bring out the sense of the Arabic music, you need a Arabic oud. For Turkish music, Turkish oud. Yes, this is sure.
Very,
I
very
can hear. Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Between these two ouds, are they in the same measurements as the
Yes.
neck itself? Is that 19.5, I assume?
Exactly the same measurement, but as you see that there are different kind of woods. This is Wengi. I don't know in English, Wengi, maybe. This is a walnut and mahoni. Especially this kind of trees makes the sound more lovely, and this kind of hard woods makes the sounds more open and long.
Sure.
More dry, but another taste. This is something another taste. Yeah. As I told you, any instruments gives us different ideas to play, different ideas to think. So this is important.
That's excellent.
This is also very important that as a musician, not only an instrument player,
sure.
If I live in Turkey, you are originally from Egypt, and we have to know our musical heritage. This is very important. We have to work for this. We have conservatories in everywhere in countries on our music, our classical musics, Turkish music, Arabic music. Beside this, there is a system which still exists, which is called in our Turkish meşk system. Meşk, the relation between your master and student.
Oh.
Yeah, this is very important. This still exists. Of course, the conservatories are very important, but on the other hand, the other school, which is called meşk in our Turkish, the meşk system is very important. I am very lucky that I had a really great master beside the many, thankful all of them. I'm really thankful. Many masters. The real master after the conservatory, you know Tanburi Cemil Bey?
I know that for sure. Jamil Bey.
Yeah, exactly. Tanburi Bey in the top now, and his son Mesut Cemil Bey, very famous. Nihavend Sassemay. Exactly. And my master was student of this Mesut Cemil Bey, Necdet Yaşar, tambur player. Necdet Yaşar. Think that when I am studying with my master, it means that I am studying with his master and his tambur Cemil Bey. You see the chain?
Sure.
It's unbelievable. So this is. It was a really big chance for me to study with my master. So if you want to say something new, you have to know your tradition. You have to know your very important.
True. Here in America, while I'm performing, for example, I grab the oud with me on the stage. They always ask between the differences between this oud, for example, and this oud, the other one, right? And definitely this oud, the I oud, which is I call it the I oud. And by the way, this oud is not electric version of the oud. It looks electric in the same, but Yurdal, I will tell you, that's called the I oud. I invented the idea of putting this instrument in different sounds completely. It's not about the sound of the oud itself, because each oud of these are completely new and unique, as you know. But this oud right here, the I oud, what they call it, it's exclusively sold by oudinstrument.com, and basically that will play different sounds like piano, like bass. Like
this is like MIDI out.
Has also the section of MIDI out, so you can play.
I got it.
And the computer will write down the sheet music. So
technology, exactly.
It's wonderful. Yurdal, I'm so grateful to meet you today.
I'm happy to talk to you. I'm really happy to share. Of course, we don't have so much time to share all of this.
We need episodes of that.
The huge, material. Just we touched some gentle points, small points. Hope that in the future we will have opportunity to talk about more all those things. Okay.
Absolutely. And do you give us permission to publish this interview on oudinstrument.com and other?
Yeah, sure, you can. I will be very happy to share my experience, my opinion about Oud, and yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.